What's up, everybody, man? It's your host, 𝐥𝐤𝐞, and I would like to welcome you to the Black Cat Panther Podcast, man. Make no mistake about it. You already see it. You already see what time it is. Have the Panthers solidified this defense? Look, we are now within the first week of free agency, and we've seen a lot of key items, a lot of key guys come through the door, and it leads me to believe that since then you've seen a couple of things cool off in the latter part of the days. So, with that being said, have we already solidified everybody that we're potentially going to be bringing in for this defense? Look, the Panthers made some noise, did a lot of shaking up. They brought in Von Bell, safety. They brought in Shy Tuttle. They also brought in Deshaun Williams at defensive tackle, which led me to believe, what would this thing look like if we had to look at this defense going forward, and what level would this defense be on as constructed? I like to get into it, man. But before we do that, make sure you comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Show that love, man. Make sure you like the video because the algorithm is so important for us to stay within it. Look, show that love. Without further ado, the experience is now started. I'm telling you right now, if you take a look at this roster on the defensive side, I can show you better than I can tell you. Take a look. If you take a look at this roster on the defensive side, like I said, with all the key additions that we brought in, on the defensive end, now I'm going to lay this out for you guys to see if you guys can walk with me. We're doing a 3-4. 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 will now be looking to bring 3 defensive tackles and place them on the front line. And so we didn't have the hardware before, so that's why all the splashes in free agency really came into play. I mean, you look at Shy Tuttle and what he potentially brings to the table. Shy Tuttle was a big body. He made some noise. I ain't gonna lie, he made some noise while he was with the New Orleans Saints. This guy right here, his numbers are almost identical to Derek Brown. And I'm gonna be real with you. If you look at him, like I'll share this tab instead. You look at his numbers and you say, okay, 26 solos, tackles, 2 sacks. That's an improvement from what you're getting from 𝐸𝐚𝐬𝐳 immediately, is what you think as a Panther fan, because I'm going to tell you right now, 𝐸𝐚𝐬𝐳 came in this year, and I said that having him would be able to allow Derek Brown to roam free, and he'll be able to, make an improvement in strides in his 3rd year. And that he do. But you need somebody that plays just as well as he do. So, I mean, take a look at Derek Brown numbers. Like I said, there's not too big of a drop-off from Shy Tuttle to Derek Brown when I'm telling you that you got a sack, 30 solo tackles, and we all believe that looking at this, Derek Brown had a Pro Bowl caliber season. So with that being said, you bring in another guy that's just as thorough, just as stout, just as tough as he is in the middle, and you have something right here that you can look and say, oh my God, this is big. And then you go and you bring in a guy like Deshaun Williams. Deshaun Williams was a starter in the Broncos system over there for the last couple of years. He's an 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 guy that's come over. So if you put 3 D tackles on the front of this line, and then you look around, you got Frankie Louvu at one linebacker spot on the outside. You got basically Brian Burns on the opposite linebacker spot, just like how you saw with Von Miller and DeMarcus Webb back in the day. Those two be flying off the edge, and every now and then they have to pick up some stuff in coverage, but they'll be flying off the edge for the most. And between those two, you look potentially to have 12 plus sacks each, potentially close to 30 sacks with those 2 guys that you project to have. And then you got in the middle, I think that they're going to take another guy in the draft, whether that be Noah Sewell, Jack Campbell, or anybody right there to really solidify that linebacker spot in the middle. But Jeremy Chinn is going to be playing one linebacker middle spot, and Shaq Thompson will be in the other spot. Now, like I said, both could stand to be upgraded, but as it stands, those are 2 guys that'll be there and be penciled in. I'll take it because they're going to give you both production. Jeremy Chinn is going to be right there to make some tackles and make some plays. And just as well as that, Shaq Thompson will be right there beside him making plays as well. So with that being said, we go to the next level. The front 7 has been solidified. I mean, you got Big Marquan McCall. You got basically let's take a look at this. Marquand McCall is a guy. Marquise Haynes will be sitting right there. Bravion Roy is another piece that you can throw in there. And you can get some good rotational pieces amongst that defensive line where you can have a bevy of guys where you don't have guys gas. So I'm really thinking that our run production, our run stop is going to be it's going to be way better this year. And then you got guys like Amari Bono that's sitting right there that you can mix in at pass rush and really try to incorporate him in. Brandon Smith is another guy that's sitting there at linebacker. I mean, where do you potentially fit him in? Can he come in and be a rotational piece on the inside? We have a redone, revamped front seven, and that is perfectly what we need to, to be able to command and get this to the upper echelon of defenses. So you look at the cornerback spot, J.C. Horn is sitting right there, and opposite of him, Dante Jackson will be sitting there. I also look for them to take another position in the draft to grab another guy because C.J. Henderson and Keith Taylor should be handed their walking papers. Those two guys were liabilities this entire season, and I really don't see them getting any better. They can only possibly get worse, and I don't want to, really be out here risking our team with two guys that really can't cover. So I expect those guys to fully be off of the depth chart and really get their walking papers sooner or later. At strong safety, we just picked up Von Bell, and him and, like I said, Xavier Woods should be manning the strong and free safety spots, being that Jeremy Chin is going to be playing more inside linebacker. So, like I said, right now it takes them a little while. They're going to have to polish up this depth chart. But like I said, they also got to add Tuttle right there in the inside beside Derek Brown. This is a muchly improved defense. And like I said, there really is no real weaknesses on this defense right now as it stands. The more bodies we get in here, the better. I like what I see. This defense has the chance to be a top 10 defense immediately off the back because of one, like I said, when you got three run stuffers on the front of the line that can really get out there, set the edge, and take on double teams, you got a problem when you got two Derek Browns on the line, and then you got a potential guy in Williams, like I said, that came from the Broncos that was a starter, and he was getting his numbers over there too. Three guys on the line that could dominate. Then you got two guys in pass rushing abilities that off the edge, they can really wreak havoc. And then you got some safeties that you can really put some packages in for with the safety blitzes, man. Because I'm telling you, if you send Xavier Woods or you send Von Bell on a safety blitz, you better watch out. He's going to knock somebody's head off. And I'm excited to see that because this Carolina Panther team is going to be one like we haven't seen before. An elite defense. You're going to possibly look at a strong run game and potentially a rookie at quarterback that's going to be able to go out there and compete from week to week. So in order to do that, you need a defense that you can rely upon. This will be that defense that, the Carolina Panthers can rely upon to keep them within games and potentially win some games for them. So all we need to do is add on to this defense. Let's go in this draft and get a linebacker, potentially or a defensive edge rusher. One or two, I'll take either one and potentially another corner. And I'm telling you right now, we can make some noise. So I'm excited about this. If you are as excited as I am, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Show that love. Man, make sure you like this video as well. The algorithm will determine how we get going. So this has been your boy 𝐥𝐤𝐞. Like the video, man. Show us that love.